Alright guys, we are kicking things off in 2026 with one of my absolutely favorite multiplayer games of all time, and that is PUBG Battlegrounds. This is a game that most of us don't really need an introduction, and if you played a battle royale before, there is a good chance that PUBG was either your first one or the one you spent hundreds of hours back in the day. You probably remember the tension of the hot drops, the panic-laden circles, and how unforgiving the gunfight can be even if you make a single mistake. So in this video I want to share some of my experience about what it's really like to play PUBG in 2026, how the game is holding up, what are the new changes, and generally talk about what is the experience is going to be like, especially if you are a new player who haven't played the game before or a returning player like myself who haven't jumped into the game in years. So let's jump right into it. PUBG Battleground is a game that doesn't really try to chase trends anymore. I feel like in 2026 that is its biggest strength and also its biggest filter. And this is a battle royale game that started it all, built around realism, tension and decision making compared to some of the other games on the market back in the day, the games like Apex or Fortnite, which heavily rely on team abilities, heroes, quick building mechanics and fast movement. Every match still begins the same way. You drop into this massive map with nothing, then you loot what you can, listen carefully and try to survive. It got that slow tactical gameplay and always been about patience, positioning and gun skills. Even after all those years, the core experience hasn't really changed, which is one of the reasons why that I feel like people still coming back to play PUBG after all those years. And guys, if you're an old subscriber or an old viewer of this channel, you guys know this channel started as a PUBG Lite channel. We spent countless hours playing the game, made so many videos about it. And if you remember that good old times, let me know down in the comment section. But anyway, the current state in 2026, I feel like PUBG is far more complete and stable compared to its early years. The game used to run like crap back in the day. Now if you have a decent mid-range system, the performance is really good. Since the game went fully free to play back in early 2022, it got some gameplay changes, regular updates and still support with balance patches, content additions, seasonal content, battle pass, all those stuff. Plus they added bunch of new additions to improve the new play experience, which I'm a big fan of. To be honest, the game doesn't really pull any massive headlines anymore, and I feel like it's kind of settled into a much more steady rhythm nowadays. One of the biggest improvements over time has been the variety of game modes available. As usual, PUBG offers both third-person and first-person perspective, which already changed how the game feels dramatically. You guys know I'm a big fan of the first-person mode, and I always play PUBG on the first-person perspective because I feel like it offers much more immersive and a competitive experience. Plus the PUBG always got that top-tier, heavy skill-based gunplay, which is well worth trying out in the first-person mode. The third-person mode is obviously the most popular and more forgiving, especially for casual and for more beginner players. On top of that, PUBG rotates multiple maps that vary in size and pacing. If you want more slower-paced tactical approach, we got bigger maps like Erangel, Miramar, Vikendi, even some newly added maps like Tego and Destin. But if you're looking for more faster paced action heavy matches, we got one of my absolute favorite maps, that is Sandhawk, alongside some newly added maps like Rondo. And talking about some of the newly added stuff, the gameplay has changed quite a bit. Now there is a new recall system, a mechanic that allows you to bring back your dead teammates using blue chips found on their loot crate. It's a pretty cool feature that's available in most battle royale games these days. So even if you die early in the game, you don't have to wait too long watching your teammates. There is also a newly added emergency pickup system. It's a deployable item that summons a plane and transport you into a safer zone, so you can easily bring your whole squad into the next circle without looking for vehicles or any other transport methods. And also some of the recent updates added destructible terrains and buildings, allowing you to create cover and blast through obstacle. Pretty cool feature. There are a bunch of other tactical gear they add to the game, like drones, ETM gear, tactical packs. Adds a bit of a depth to the squad roles, I would say. Plus also there are some newly added maps, as I mentioned before. And for new players, especially PUBG now include bot matches, especially in the early games and the casual mode. So if you're a new player, don't get hard on yourself that you're playing against bots. There are literally so many things to learn in PUBG. So the bot matches and the casual mode help you to learn those looting routes, gun recoil, movement and basic combat without instantly wiped out by the level 500 players. Even someone like me who had thousands of hours in PUBG, I found it really difficult to go against these players who play this game every single day. You have to play the game consistently for 2-3 days to get used to the gunplay again. Just give yourself some time to kick back those muscle memory. And this casual mode is clearly designed with the new and the returning players in mind. These matches include higher number of bots, limited daily entries, and far more relaxing environment just to enjoy PUBG. I feel like it's a great place to learn maps, practice fights, and simply play PUBG without the stress of high-level play or rank competition. And this mode alone makes the PUBG more approachable in 2026, especially for players who are completely new to PUBG or Battle Royale games in general. And also we gotta talk about the rank mode where PUBG show its serious side, and these rank matches are much more competitive. There is no bots and focus entirely on the skill, teamwork, and consistency. I personally someone who never really enjoy the rank mode. I'm someone who just wanted to jump in with my old friends and just want to have fun time playing some casual modes. But I know some of my friends are very serious about PUBG. They have dedicated squads and they enjoy the rank grind and unlocking these rewards. So I wouldn't recommend jumping into the rank mode, especially if you're someone who's still learning PUBG. Plus the rank mode also required the PUBG Plus, which acts as a premium upgrade. That means if you are a completely free-to-play player, you won't have access to the rank mode anyway. So as I said, this mode is not beginner friendly and can be extremely punishing unless if you are someone who really experienced in the game. Plus they also added a couple of more arcade modes that offers a completely different experience and honestly one of the best features for Patrikios. There is Team Deathmatch, allowing you to jump into gunfights, test weapons, and learn recoil without worrying about looting or survival. There is also a newly added mode called Intense Battle Royale, which kind of simulates the endgame PUBG experience. And these modes are perfect for warm-ups and players who want action without committing into a full 30-40 minute match. So whether you are a new player or a veteran in the game, PUBG's training mode is highly recommended. It is a great place to test weapon, attachments, grenades, throwables, vehicles, movement mechanics. And for a game with such high recoil and realistic shooting, having a proper training ground is absolutely essential, and PUBG nails that. So make it a habit to jump into the training mode and tweak some of your settings, sensitivity, stuff like that. So training ground is the best place to do, so definitely take advantage of that. Alright, let's talk a bit about the matchmaking in 2026. Despite PUBG being one of the most popular games on Steam at the moment, having more than 700,000 plus daily concurrent players, the matchmaking can be a bit tricky because it's all come down to your region and what time are you actually playing the game. In my personal experience, I play on South Asian servers, especially on Singapore servers, and the overall matchmaking has been pretty good so far. The third-person modes are very popular in Asian regions, so you have no issues jumping into any third-person modes during any time of the day. But as someone who primarily play on the first person mode, the matchmakings will take a few minutes. Last night I jumped into a first person solo match, which took me around 4 minutes to get into a game. But if you're playing on the early morning times, matchmaking will take more time, and after a certain point you'll get into a match but mostly filled with bots. But if you're mostly playing on the evening, on the late night time, the overall experience has been pretty good. Alright, finally we are moving on to the customization and the monetization aspect of the game. Customization in PUBG is extensive but entirely cosmetics. You can customize your character with outfits, helmets, backpacks, accessories, and of course weapons can be equipped with skins, progressive designs, new visual effects, new dances, emotes, and sprays, and the game is jam-packed with all of this stuff in 2026. PUBG used to be much more grounded experience, but nowadays they are going for that PUBG mobile style customization, which I am not a big fan of. But to be honest, none of these provide any gameplay advantages, keeping the game firmly away from pay-to-win elements, which is the way it should be in my opinion. There is a newly added hideout system plays a big role in PUBG's cosmetic progression. This is where you can open crates, unlock weapon blueprints, and use crafting materials to create and upgrade skins. Pretty cool addition, especially if you're someone who enjoy collecting these cosmetics. The monetization in PUBG is mostly straightforward. The games make money through PUBG Plus, cosmetic items, in-game store, seasonal battle passes and stuff. And the PUBG Plus is of course optional and mainly unlock rank mode and some bonus features. There is always a battle pass offering cosmetic rewards through seasonal progression. Plus there is an in-game store focused on skins, outfits, bundles. While the prices can be pretty high, but none of these really affect the gameplay balance. In addition to that, PUBG always got that seasonal events, help keep PUBG feeling fresh throughout the year. These events usually include limited time modes, theme cosmetics, challenges, and collaborations, pretty similar to what Fortnite has been doing over the years. So when everything considered, should you play PUBG in 2026? In my opinion, PUBG in 2026 still a very specific type of game for a specific type of player. It is slower, more tactical, and far less forgiving than modern battle royale games. But for those who enjoy realistic gunplay, high tension, and a very healthy community, PUBG still remains unmatched. It's definitely not the most easiest battle royale game to get into, but But thanks to these newly added casual modes and training matches, it is much more approachable in 2026. So if you're willing to learn and be patient, PUBG Battleground is still absolutely one of the best free-to-play battle royale games to play on the market. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to share some of my personal experience about playing PUBG in 2026, and if you're someone who regularly play PUBG these days, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you really love about PUBG? Is it the gunplay, more intense matches, or the nostalgia, or maybe the cosmetics? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more free-to-play game coverage like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.